Welcome back to another Magpies Talkback Radio with your host DJ Swoop. We're going to just jump straight into these calls because they're just lighting up. There was a lot to talk about after that loss, that heartbreaking loss to Geelong. So we'll start it. We've got a couple anonymous callers lined up. We'll start with the first one. You're on the call with Swoop. Whenever you want. The floor's all yours.
I mean, tonight's loss was really, it was just not our day, and I
No.
think, going forward, there's a
Tell me.
lot of lessons to take out of it, and, we just go again.
That's it, and I think that's an important message, anonymous, because you haven't left your name in the call, but that's an important message. We go again, and yes, it was heartbreaking, but the beauty about the home and away season is that the mistakes you made in one game you can rectify in another game, and it's only round 8, so I like that. We go again. Now, next anonymous, what have you got?
Say, up the Cats.
Yep.
You suck.
Yep.
Go suck a fat dick because the Cats are back.
Okay.
Go fuck yourself, Swoop. Go post something about Nick Dacos. Or should I say Bubble Boy? Go fuck yourself.
Awesome. That was awesome. That was cool, man. Like, we love that. We love that. A little bit rude. And, you can be losers when you're winning is what Craig McRae said. And this is one of them. And I like how such a coward to leave it as anonymous because, they don't want to put their name to it. So I can already say that I'm a lot of a better person than you are, you absolute coward. All right, another guy that we love on this show is Pasindu.
Hey, Soup.
Hey, mate.
Cindy here. Look, same old story.
Yep.
Last year when we played Geelong,
Yep.
they had a 3-goal head start, same as this year.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that cost us a bit.
Slows us down a little bit. Yep.
Starting off games well. Look, it was a good game at the end, but wrong result. Just a shout out to Jack Chris.
Our boy.
Playing 245 consecutive games.
Good on him.
It's not easy. Yeah. Guess we have to move on quickly.
We do, yeah.
Fremantle, because we have them on Thursday night.
We do, Pasindu.
There. Yeah. We had chances in our last quarter, but we couldn't convert when it mattered.
Yeah.
Catch you like that.
Nah, exactly right. And that's the biggest thing. One, shout out to Crispy, and two, we had so many chances in that game. And yes, there was a couple of umpiring mistakes or errors, however you want to see that in that last quarter. But we hit the post twice in that first quarter, I'm pretty sure, and we just had chances after chances. We just didn't we just didn't take him, and that's the thing, and that's something that we will definitely get better at. Now, before I get Benny on the line, I want him and you guys to know that Benny is our 200th caller into Magpie Talkback Radio. Benny, what can you say, mate?
Look, honestly, just shuddered with the result. I mean, yes, there probably were some poor umpiring decisions near the end of the game, but, it's not easy coming back from 3 goals with less than a couple minutes left, but I think it was still so good to see that we still put up a good fight.
Exactly.
Until the end of the game, but probably shouldn't have let them kick away in the last quarter as well, which was just not ideal. But so I will take it week by week. It was still a really special moment for Chris, which was very important. We didn't kick it after the sign. That would have just been the fairy tale ending. But so I will take it week by week.
Exactly,
come back stronger next week, and still plenty of the season to go. So go Pies.
No, that's it, Benny, and you hit the nail on the head. Like what Pasindu was saying, it's we were 20 points up. We shouldn't have let them come back. Like we did, and not capitulated in the last quarter. But it was just a little bit too little, too late. And we've done it before. I know that. But, 3 goals is a big ask to sort of come back. And we nearly had it. Could have been a fairy tale. But unfortunately, sometimes fairy tales don't have awesome endings, right? And it would have been awesome. But we move on to the next week. Avocado Sports. How you going, mate?
Hey, Swoopy. I wish, honestly, I was able to watch this game. But
yeah,
regardless, we got our second loss of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, it was okay. Besides the Giants loss,
Yep.
we at least know how to lose in style.
That's
And I feel
exactly.
like that loss that we just had is something that would happen in 2024. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel
I
that.
feel like we had quite a few of those, and a few of those led to draws. Me not being able to watch the game.
Yep.
I haven't got KO or Foxtel.
Oh, right, because it
anymore.
wasn't on free to air. So stupid. So stupid,
I
mate.
don't know
Sorry about
anything
that.
about what happened. All I know is that Jack Crisp, the consecutive game breaker
Yep.
for 245 consecutive games,
What a beast.
was going to kick possibly a match-winning goal, but instead
Yeah.
it was a behind.
Just didn't work out, man. Just didn't work out.
He could have had a Jamie Elliott moment.
Yeah. Can't always have those, though. Can't always have those. Just wasn't scripted.
Man, what do you do?
Exactly. What?
We're 6-2 now.
Perfect.
We'll go to Perth and versus Freo.
Yep.
We should hopefully beat them.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, man. Again, Jack Crisp could have had a fair time moment. It's sometimes that's not how the script works, right? And we will be better for this loss. I've calmed down a lot since that loss, but we will be better for it. Jono, mate.
Swoopy, I am back.
We love you. Thanks for coming
this one
back.
hurts. It hurts. It actually felt like we lost some kind of final or something.
I know. I know.
We're on top of them for at least 2.5 quarters.
I know, man.
That fourth quarter, Dangerfield ran amok for him.
He's so
no one
good.
Could stop him. Look, I hate to say it. I don't want to be that kind of person with those umpires, man. He really, really did cook us a lot.
I know, brother.
They robbed us.
I know.
Unfortunately, but then again, if you're on top of the game for as long as we were,
we should have won.
Should be winning games like that. We couldn't put any scoreboard pressure on, and when we did, we were kicking shit. Couldn't kick straight. But yeah, it hurts. Like I said, it felt like we lost the final or something because those umpires.
It did.
Man,
no, it did.
But we'll move on to next week. Freo up there should get the win, hopefully. But let's go.
No, and Jono, you're exactly right. I said it before the game. It felt like a finals atmosphere and was reminiscent of that qualifying final where Holmes kicked that goal right at the end, even though we were sort of on top of Geelong in that game as well. When Collingwood and Geelong play, you know it's going to be a good game, and that could be some sort of final preview later on in the year. But it did feel that heartbreak was like losing a final, and I think that's what hurt the most. It didn't just feel like a home and away loss. It felt like some sort of final loss. But Jono, thank you so much for jumping in and joining us. And now we're going to go straight to Geordie. Geordie, tell me what's good.
Mate, I'm genuinely so shattered.
Me too, mate.
It's just heartbreaking, I want to blame the umpires and shit, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't have been that close, but still, it's just, man, I feel so bad for Crispy. But
I
you know what? I'm proud of the boys. Last year, they probably would have ended up just going down by 4 goals, but this year it feels different. They really just tried everything they could in that last few minutes to still give themselves a chance, and they did. But got 2023 vibes about it, baby.
It does.
Don't worry, boys. The Pies are still back. We got this.
Nah, thanks for the call in, mate. It does feel like 2023 vibes in a way. But you're right. Last year, if we're playing this game last year, we probably don't come as hard in that last few minutes. And it's that never say die spirit from 22 and 23 where we're bringing that sort of back to us. And there was not much more we could do. It was just, it is what it is, man. And you said it perfectly. Now going next, the next in line is Zahira. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
For the Geelong Collingwood game,
yep,
we got completely robbed. Oh no.
Yeah, no. Look, like I said earlier, the umpiring did have a bit of it towards the end, and yeah, you could say the touch and all this sort of stuff. But now that I've sort of settled, the dust has sort of settled for me anyway. We had so many chances. We're up by 20 points. It's just like, oh, what can you do? What can you do? Would have would have been nice, but what can you do? All right, we've got our last 5 calls. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's called in today, and thank you to everyone previously. This is so much fun to do. Remember, you can check the Instagram stories and on the Facebook as well for the link to leave in your messages. We're going to go to Harry.
They were robbed.
We were robbed, mate. We were robbed. Man, that's such a good little footy meme that everyone sort of uses. All right. Now, the next guy we've got is lighting up, and we love him. You love him. I love him. It's our best mate from Japan, Jono. Konnichiwa, Jono.
Konnichiwa, Swoopers. It's Jono from Japan checking in after a heartbreaking loss at the Loud House from Japan.
Yep.
G'day, Swoop.
Hey, mate.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, not bad.
You're doing well. It's a bit of pills to swallow.
Yeah.
Given that the milestone man could have put the fairy tale ending
I know.
to an amazing achievement, but I love this club. Love the way we got around him after the game had ended.
It was good to see. It was very good to see.
Look, controversial call here, controversial call there. It is what it is, but I just think we were too inefficient going inside 50.
100%, mate.
Usually our ball movement is really crisp. Over the last 6 weeks, our ball movement has been a lot better going inside 50.
I agree.
For massive patches of our dominance, we were just bombing it high and long. And
right? That's what we've been doing.
Yeah,
That's what we're
couldn't
doing.
get it done tonight.
No.
Although,
Yep.
again, we've managed how time on ground numbers. We've got a 5-day break.
Exactly, managing a lot of players. Yep.
A couple of the older lads were getting longer spells on the bench.
Yep.
And, mate, we fought tooth and nail to the last second.
We did.
And gave ourselves a chance. Love this club. We'll bounce back.
That's it, mate.
Big game in Freo. Hopefully we get back on the winners list. Go Pies.
That's it. Jono, you hit the nail on the head there. We were resting players and we have that 5-day turnaround to the Fremantle the game, but we did show a lot of heart and a lot of grit to come back the way we did. It didn't end the way we did, but I would rather see us sort of lose with throwing the bus at everyone. What is it? They're throwing the kitchen sink at Geelong than just going, they're 3 goals up in the last 3.5 minutes. Let's just not do anything and let them kick another couple of goals. We fought right to the end, and that says so much about our club that I absolutely love. Next up, Steve.
You know what? I'll take this.
Yep.
I'll take this win. Loss.
Yeah, yep.
I'm actually getting used to wins now. Shit. It is a bit of a. It's not really a wake-up call. It's just we need these losses just to go over our weaknesses. It really just shows.
That's what I was saying.
Going, and where we can improve on.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right, mate.
But I'm so proud of the boys. After that fight, especially late in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
That was just.
It was good to see.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Agreed.
And when Jack Crisp marked that on the siren,
oh no.
My god, I screamed. My dad ended up yelling at me because I screamed that loud.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Yeah, it's a good loss. It's not like I'm upset about this loss. I'm actually happy that we had this loss.
I love that.
Just in general.
No, I love that.
Good go Pies.
No, you make a good point, mate. It is probably a good loss to have, and I said this in my review as well, where maybe the wins were papering over some sort of cracks that were forming, and now we have that loss. We can rectify them. One of the big things, like what Jono said, we were just blazing away when we didn't have to. But mate, you make some really, really, really good points. But yeah, when Chris marked that on the final siren, 1 second before it, I was just beside myself. It was, oh my God, it was like that game against Essendon all over again, except the result didn't go our way, and sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't go our way. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Now, TJ, how are you, TJ? I hope you're doing well. The boys are coming up to Perth to visit. Tell me what you thought about this game.
Hey, Swoop, how you going?
Hey, yeah, not bad.
Just quickly with the umpires, did they fuck us? Yeah, they did. But would we be complaining if the roles were reversed? We wouldn't. So I'm a
Good
strong
point.
believer that if you can't put a team away when you have the opportunities, then you shouldn't be complaining about the umpires. And
Very good point.
Collingwood were the better team for 2.5 to 3 quarters, and they just didn't put it on the scoreboard. Like, especially in the third quarter, they should have been up by 5 or 6 goals by the end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just didn't happen.
Yep.
Despite what happened to Geelong last week, they were a very good side, and I wasn't confident at all tonight. I honestly thought we were going to lose by 5 or 6 goals. So
Wow, okay.
I'm not disappointed.
You kind of prepared for the
It's a
loss.
weird feeling, like I am, but I'm not, because that was not a bad loss. We're probably due for one.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose now than towards the end of the season.
And that's another thing.
Yeah, now the boys come to Perth, which I'm excited about. Hopefully we get to see Charlie West debut.
Ooh.
And we beat those purple fuckers by 150 points. Go Pies.
No, yeah, look, you make good points. Like, we should have been up by, 30 odd points, like you said, 5 or 6 goals. When we had all the momentum and we were only up by 20. I remember being up by 20 and going, this doesn't feel right. There's something weird about it. And Geelong, kind of like what they did against, well, not kind of, pretty much what they did against Carlton last week, where in that last quarter, they just came back and they had a purple patch. But this time they were able to get the win. And that's on Dangerfield, and he's just an incredible player. And you're right. If we had won, would we have been talking about these umpiring decisions? Probably not as much as we're talking about them now. But, it's not just Collingwood fans that do that, but I can definitely see where you're coming from. All right, Sebastian, you are our last caller. You'll take us away. Take us home. My country road, take us home, Sebastian.
That was absolute robbery. I don't know what I watched last night.
Yeah.
That was absolutely disgraceful. And yeah, no words. Absolutely no words.
Yeah, no, I know. Look, I can empathize with those statements. Like, look, we were, if you want to look at it like that, we were robbed, but hitting the post twice robbed us as well. And kicking it to Geelong defenders robbed us as well. So there's elements of everything. Wasn't just the umpires, wasn't just Collingwood. It was a Venn diagram of things that happened to us. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on Magpie Talkback Radio. We're going to be back on, after Thursday night's game. We'll be probably up on Friday to call in. Be sure to look out on all social media platforms for the link to leave in your voice. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers, single shacker, I'll swoop you later. Hey, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this all the way through. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful night, depending on when you're watching this video. Why don't you buy some merch? They're all still available. Or check out one of these videos that I think you will love. I love you.